Well, hello and welcome back, my friends, to round 2 of playing with this beautiful cannon. Now, I know it's been a while since I posted a video, and I would like to apologize. You know, normally I do my sponsored sections and I tell you guys all about the cool products I've got for sale. And boy, was that an error on my part, because what happened? Well, you guys started buying like crazy and I was getting hundreds of orders a day, and I myself, you know, it's just me in here shipping these things. I couldn't keep up. So, going forward, I need you guys to tone it down a little bit. You know, don't buy so much stuff. But I also need you to keep buying enough that I can afford to live. So, you know, it's a fine line of buy a lot, but not too much. So I'm going to need you guys to work that out between yourself to not buy too much, but also not buy too little. Now, with that being said, today, found some projectiles at the store. You know, turns out they sell cannonballs at Walmart. Who knew, right? Now, I bought some baseballs. You know, all jokes aside, I bought some baseballs. Turns out, slightly too big to fit in the cannon. Tennis balls fit perfectly. And then I also found these, like, yellow Nerf-looking foam ball doohickey doodads, whatever you want to call them. And they also fit very well with a nice seal. So, you know, it'll get some good pressure, maybe get some good range, hopefully not blow up. And then also, I heard you guys saying, fill a can with concrete. So what did I do? Well, I filled a can with concrete. So we've got that as well. So we're going to try these 3 things out today. And I'm also going to try a little bit of variances in the loads to see maybe if that was the reason the first time the can just disintegrated. But we shall see. So without further ado, let's get to the sponsored section of this video, and then we'll go shoot it. Well, hey guys, Nico here with another fantastic product. Now, I read the comment section, and you guys have left me mountains and mountains and mountains of comments saying, hey, Nico, when are you going to get in some parts kits? And boy, did I listen. And not only did I find you parts kits, but I found you the cheapest part kits on the market. And you know why they're cheap? Because they suck. But they're AKs. They do AK things. So what I've got here for you today, folks, is genuine Slovakian AK parts kits. And these bad boys are great. They come with everything a parts kit should come with. That metal bit, that metal bit, that metal bit. That looks like a trigger. We got a trunnion in there. We got some furniture. You know, that stuff. Now, with that being said, I'm going to link those down in the comments for you guys to get. And I will give you a little bit of a disclaimer on them. I'm the cheapest on the market by like 175 bucks as far as I can tell on these things. And I only got like 20 or 30 of them. So, when they're gone, they're gone. I can't get any more. I hate to break it to you. So, snatch them up while you can for the low, low price of $340. You heard that right, folks. $340. And you too can have your very own sewer gun AK. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's get back to shooting the cannon. Well, okay, we're out here for round 1. Now, round 1, pretty simple. I went ahead and halved the propellant from last time so we don't have near as much oomph behind it. And we've got a tennis ball. So, without further ado, let's see what she do. Well, good news and bad news. Good news, the tennis ball came out of there. Bad news, it came out of there so fast I couldn't see it, but I heard it crashing through the branches. And the second bit of bad news, I think I'm still way overkill on the propellant, which is weird because I'm not using much at all. But I guess with that being said, let's tone it down a little less. Maybe halve that, so a quarter of the initial amount, and see what that does? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so got the cannon loaded back up again. This time half as much as the time before, so a quarter of the initial amount. Same tennis ball. Well, not same tennis ball, but a tennis ball. You'll also notice I've got a dumbbell under the back of this thing now. That is to tilt it down a little bit. Maybe we can catch the whole trajectory on camera, maybe not, but we shall see. I think maybe it's just going too fast to see, but hopefully this will slow it down a little bit with less powder. So now, let's make it go bang. Okay, so that one went perfect. I think we've dialed in the load amount, you know, a quarter of the initial charge. So this thing worked fantastic. I saw the tennis ball go out into the woods really high. I know it was probably off camera. I'm gonna have to fuck with the field of view on this thing or readjust the camera to get you in a better angle. But seeing as it works so well, let's move over to the yellow Nerf ball with the same charge amount. That was fantastic. Okay, we're back. Same charge as the time before, which worked fantastic. We've got the yellow Nerf ball in it. Let's light it and go. Okay, so we had a bit of a misfire with that last light. Let's go ahead and try it again. Same thing, foam ball, same charge. Okay, well after that misfire, I didn't have high hopes for this one. I was thinking maybe had something to do with that foam ball completely sealing the chamber and letting no air in, but turns out the fuse hole let plenty of air in, and it went off at an extremely high velocity and went back into those trees. But after watching the replay, I'm noticing that you guys can't see this very well. So I'm gonna see if I can maybe set my phone up to do a slow-mo video instead of filming it on this here GoPro. So all I've got is one thing left to shoot, and that's the concrete can, which was obviously the #1 most recommended. We're gonna use the same powder charge. This thing is like 5 times heavier than what we're shooting, if not 10 times heavier. I don't really care about doing the math, so we'll see. But I'm gonna set up the old slow-mo camera as well as the GoPro, and we'll see what it looks like. Well, alrighty, we're back. Can's loaded up. GoPro's ready. Now I just got to see if I can get this thing set up too, which is kind of funky because I use this to control that. So let's see what I can finagle up here. Well, that's going to look mighty interesting on the instant replay. Well, okay, so watch the instant replay, went and picked up the can, and what happened here? Let's do the overview. Tennis ball worked great, went 1,000,000 miles an hour, zipped off into the trees, doubt I'll ever find it. Now, foam ball did even better, zipped off into the trees even faster. I would say those were a little more sketchy to me because it was a pretty tight fit in there. I had to like squeeze that thing in there. I would rather just shoot tennis balls over that. Now this thing, it wasn't too tightly fit in there. It just disintegrated the can. So my thoughts are that it, one, the concrete probably didn't set up well enough, and two, probably had a lot of air entrainment and everything else, little air bubbles and everything else. It wasn't as structurally sound as it could be. So maybe I'll try to do this again another day with a little bit better formed concrete can. But also you can see it didn't go near as far, so maybe if you're doing this, you need a little more oomph. Maybe go back to that half charge. We'll see. But with that being said, as always, if you want to see something else shot out of this thing, feel free to let me know. And of course, I approve of this cannon. Thanks for tuning in, folks.